So sometimes there might be a medical reason why they haven't had exposure to this position. So they may have had early hospitalizations and they just might have missed the opportunities to get into that position through play.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Flaghouse Sensory Channel. I'm your host Chris, and this week I'm here with Lauren Drobnjak from the Inspired Treehouse, and we're looking at benefits of playing in quadruped. So I know this is one of your passions. Tell me a little bit about what the position quadruped is.
Okay, quadruped is simply the hands and knees position. So if you think of a baby learning to crawl, it's that position they get up on their hands and knees before they start to take off.
Absolutely. Okay, so why is playing and moving in quadruped such an important skill?
So from quadruped, a skilled therapist can assess a variety of different abilities. They can assess balance, they can assess coordination, they can assess strength, motor planning, and even the integration of primitive reflexes. So it's a great position to try to not only work on all those skills, but also to assess what a child might be lacking in those skills.
So why might kids avoid getting into that position?
Okay, so sometimes there might be a medical reason why they haven't had exposure to this position. So they may have had early hospitalizations and they just might have missed the opportunities to get into that position through play. It also might be an indicator of a weak core. They just simply can't get up there, or weak upper extremity strength or hip strength, that they just can't hold that position.
Okay, so what are your favorite ways of targeting quadruped and getting kids engaged?
Okay, so for a child that it's difficult to get into quadruped, you really have to focus on the play because it is a very hard position to maintain for a child who's having these difficulties. So a marble maze is a fun way to play in a quadruped position. If they're on their hands and knees, they can simply work on moving the marble through. There's also the feed the frog game over here. So we would like to have them in their hands and knees. They can lift up one hand to roll the dice. So that's working on their balance and weight shifting as well as their strength to get that arm up. Roll the dice and then have maybe the therapist squeeze the frog while they feed the frog their flies. Mobility in quadruped is also really good. So bird dogs, lifting one arm, one leg, lifting just an arm is obviously a great opportunity to work on mobility out of a quadruped position.
Okay, so we've got tons of quadruped ideas today. Thank you so much for all your time. There is, of course, a full blog that Lauren has done over at the Inspired Treehouse, and you can check that out by visiting the link that we're going to put down in the description. While you're there, make sure to click the subscribe button on the Flaghouse Sensory Channel on YouTube so that you never miss a new episode from great experts like Lauren. So thanks so much for your time. We'll see you next week.